What's going on YouTube? Just Dan TV here. Um, I have some things that's on my mind, and you know, I've always been the type of person that would self-reflect, and that's always try my best to be accountable for my actions, accountable for the way I think, accountable for the energy I put out into the world. But sometimes I feel like you just wake up, or like you just have that thought throughout your day, and it really hits you like how you really feel. Like every day. I've always grown accustomed to just working hard, grinding, never calling out of work, always going to the gym when I say I'm supposed to, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Like making sure I'm working on my entrepreneur lifestyle. And it really dawned on me today that I've really been going to war with myself. Um, I've always internalized like my feelings, you know what I mean? I would express myself to people I was close with, more so like a girl that I would be with at the time, but as of late, I haven't had any outlet to really speaking to people in which I truly feel understand. I am blessed with three brothers, not blood brothers, but brothers in Christ, of course, that I can resort to. But, at times I still feel like, I don't know, like I really have to, I feel like the urge like isolate myself and deal with things of my own. And that's not necessarily good all the time. But at the end of the day, like, God sometimes does want you to go to that wilderness so you can figure some things out. You know what I mean? The only people who I feel like can truly help you on your journey when you're growing in consciousness with the Lord is the other people who are also growing in consciousness with the Lord. Other than that, it's just like people kind of just give you like worldly advice. It'll feel like mundane, and it may not help in the long run. And where I'm at now is like, I've really been going to war with myself in terms of like money, battling like loneliness. Um, Not necessarily FOMO, because I don't really like feel like I'm missing out on anything. But it's like I'm tied between like working hard and providing, making sure I can still provide, and just grinding, versus me being like, fuck everything. Does this even matter? Because all that matters is like my relationship with God. Like, fuck all the money. Like, as long as I'm making sure I'm making the proper steps to get into heaven. I made a video earlier today talking about how I know that I'm going to be blessed because basically my heart's in the right place, and that I'm going to be blessed through my grinding and hard work. And like later on throughout the day, another half of me is like, I mean, what's the point of even trying to work hard in this world and get material gain? Yes, I want to provide for my family, but at the same time, like, I do have to make sure that I'm doing what I have to do. Like, because God forbid, like, the world ends before I can even have a family. Like, did I do what I would need to do for the Lord, or was I just so focused on like people outside of me, aka my family? Like, is it selfish for me to just worry about myself right now since I don't have a family? I always felt like it was the great moral high road for me to like focus on the future and focus on like the people coming after me, do everything for them. But at the same time, does that mean I'm gonna work myself to where I feel like a sacrifice? You know what I mean? Yes, we have to provide for our family, which is biblical, but at the same time, at the end of the day, like, I can't, they're not gonna get me into heaven. I'm getting to heaven off my works and my faith. So it's like, do I even work hard for this entrepreneurial lifestyle, or do I just like focus on like me, whether I'm broke, as long as my relationship with God and Jesus is great? That's all that matters. So I'm kind of tied between, and I feel like, you know, I do believe we are in the end times. Prophecy being fulfilled in real time. God is coming back soon. I truly believe that. And I just have to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. But me being at war myself also isn't healthy either. So I need to figure something out. I feel like this is my thought process. Now I feel like I understand, like, my answer is that I just have to do both. I have to I have to work the hardest I've ever worked in my life. You know, I have to work the hardest in my entrepreneurial lifestyle. I got to work hardest at my job. And I gotta treat my Bible like it's serious. Like on my bed, I got two Bibles open, and I have to truly like this is the time to hone in, I've been trying to have more control of my spending 'cause I made some bad investment choices in my past, and now where I'm at now, like I feel like I beat myself up. I'm hard on myself, because I'm 25. I'm in my parents' crib. I'm broke, you know, and it like takes a toll, like, and as a man, it really makes you feel like you're just not doing anything in life. And at times I truly forget that I even came like such a long way. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this time last year, I was smoking weed. I fell back into my lust and my masturbating and my porn addiction. Like, it just wasn't. And now it's like I don't do neither one of those things. And at time, like I said in my previous video, like I do have to recognize how far I came. Like that is remarkable. Because imagine me trying to work hard in life, but I'm still high. I'm still beating my meat and masturbating, like and watching porn. Like it just wouldn't work. Ever since I stopped doing those things, I felt very much more spiritually connected. My dreams are spiritual. I've had dreams that like of God literally talking to me about me being on the right path. And I wasn't having those connections when I was high because my brain was always foggy. So, I do truly feel like I've came a long way, but at the same time, I still find myself going at war with myself because new levels, new devils, like I said in the previous video. I made a video earlier today, so a lot of the things I'm saying right now, I still feel. But yeah, and after having a talk with my grandma, basically, overall, she basically just told me to fret not and keep putting God first, and it's all going to work out, which is something that I already know and understand. But at the same time, like you do need to be told that, you know what I mean? And I didn't. I told her that I feel like I'm still going to at war with myself, and every day, I'm fighting, and I just got reassured just to not beat myself up too much. But it is hard when your lifestyle isn't where you want it to be, not even in the sense. But I'm still in a point that I prayed to be where I'm at right now. I prayed that I could just have the urge to stop smoking weed. I prayed that I could have the urge to just never watch porn again and never masturbate. And here I am, prophecy fulfilled. Like my prayers are answered. And just as a human, I'm still not satisfied. I still want more. I still want to have money so I can move out and I can start my life. And, because a part of me feels like I'm behind the eight ball, especially in this generation where, like, people are moving fast. People younger than me are in better situations. But another part of me is also like, why are you comparing this? So, like, you've never done this before. Like, why are you doing it now? And I think it's just because, like, me knowing my age and the way this world is changing right now, like, it's putting stress on me. And honestly, that's so normal. Like, I'm 25 years old. Like, you know what I mean? These times are different than previous times back in the day. And on top of that, when you're in your parents' crib at 25 years old, it's like embarrassing for the world to even know that. You know what I mean? Like, and on top of that, I'm also lonely in the human experience because, like, me getting on my spiritual alignment, I'm going through that phase where, like, I don't really hear from people, where I don't, like, my friends, my old friends kind of are distant. I'm outgrowing people. I don't have feminine attention. So when you're 25 in your parents' crib, it kind of makes you feel like I have no business talking to women, so I don't even try. Like, there's literally no point. I'm not walking with my lustful foot forward, so I'm not really just trying to out here just be having aimless sex. So there's literally no point in even talking to women. Like, you know what I mean? The only way is that she's on her spiritual journey too, and she's for real about it, like I'm for real about it. You know what I mean? That's the only way. So living like that is going to breed loneliness in the human realm, but that's also going to open the door for God to give you people you need and not people you just want. Because God knows what we desire more than we feel. And I just been going through that. I gotta remind myself to not beat myself up and make things harder for myself because God knew I'd be here. When I was 21 years old, God knew I'd be 25 under this roof. You know what I mean? Like, granted, me going to college, especially me graduating when COVID hit, it did like put like um I'm not gonna say it stalled, but like basically if I never went off to college, and I just worked after high school, I would have been moved out. You know what I mean? So those 4 years, it kind of like it's kind of like you're in like a different matrix, and you like go back to kind of square one after you graduate, you work straight out of college and you're just flourishing, you know. But some things take time. Sometimes people take, longer, you know. I know a lot of people my age who have already moved out, living on their own, doing it for years. They probably look at me like I'm a bum or something, like, but that's okay because I know, like, in God's eyes, like, none of that matters. You know what I mean? Like, none of that matters. God doesn't care if you was able to be financially stable to move out on your own at 24, 23, 22. God does not care about that. You know, God cares about what's in here. And, even if the devil does creep and want me to compare myself to others, it's like, I mean, but where your heart at though? You know, if my heart is more aligned with God and other people who seem more self sufficient, I'm gonna my life is gonna ultimately become better. So and I don't want to like give off the wrong vibe. Like I'm really not like I'm not comparing myself to people. I'm comparing myself to where I think I should be. You know what I mean? Because I understand my potential as well. Like, I know I'm perfectly able to have moved out by now, but I know that I didn't make a lot of the great decisions in the past, which result to where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I'm at war with. Well, I'm kind of. I still have to forgive myself for all the mistakes I made. You know what I mean? Because it's nobody else's fault. I'm not worried about what nobody else is doing. Okay, at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna be blessed, but I still do regret a lot of things I've done because that is the reason why I'm here right now. That's the reason why I'm not satisfied right now. But God wants me to understand what that feels like, so I can truly learn that lesson, so I can truly flourish later. And I'm just happy that I could experience that for real, and it's just amazing. Like I'm truly happy to be here, and you know, and honestly, I'd rather it be this way. I'd much rather it be this way because God knows once I am living a life that God intends for me, I'm gonna truly appreciate it 100%. And these times are just been humble times. So at the end of the day, like I'm very blessed, and I'm happy to be here. You know, and but yeah, I truly do feel like I've been at war with myself, and and God's gonna work it all out. But it's only because I care so much about my life. It really is a blessing. I mean, I just got a free $100 just now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's not a lot, but there's a point where like it would take me a long time to get $100. Like about 2 years, like 2 years ago, type shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm truly blessed, and I'm just happy to be here, and God's gonna work it out. So at the end of the day, I have faith in myself, but I do still be at war with myself, and I just gotta pray on it, and I'll be released from those demons and toxins, and I have 100% faith that it's all gonna work out. It's just learning to forgive myself for mistakes from my past. And if you come across a video, you have to forgive yourself as well because you can't go back. You can only move forward. So you need to take those memories and that hurt and that pain, and then just really, really like basically just morph that into motivation because understanding what that feels like will just give you motivation and not want to feel like that again. And then you'll wake up one day and be like, wow, I haven't felt that bad since then, you know? So that's what I'm striving for. And if you come across this video, I hope that's what you're striving for as well. I hope you learned something or you was reminded of something because, you know, every day is a testimony. And when it's all said and done, because that could be morbid, but, as you keep maneuvering through life, like your testimony, you never know how many people that could help. So, you know, yeah. If you came across this video, God bless you, or just stay on TV.